remember? You remember that movie Onward? No, you don't. You don't remember watching it? Did you like that movie? Would you want to watch it again? You said yes.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think other kids should go see it?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Da 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 da.
And you're back. You're back. Well, you're not back. Who knows where you went? There's the platform view, and then you heard from my daughter, myself. Maybe did she cooperate? I don't know. Onward. Excuse me. Onward is a movie that it's a movie that Pixar always delivers great quality. Toy Story, if you don't know, I have $100 replicas of Buzz and Woody over there. I have tons of things. My daughter loves it. I love Toy Story, so Pixar's giving me that. I love many films. I think they are always knocking it out of the park or hitting runs or doing a great job. Other than Cars, all of them, there's not a Pixar film I dislike. I like them all to different extents. So Pixar, I always know there's a level of quality. With these trailers, I saw, especially because we try to, with trailers they give away so much, but with trailers we go, we're gonna watch what's central to the podcast. You're like a Marvel, DC, something that we can talk about, something that will produce numbers, of course, because that's what we're in, right? The podcast game. You got to talk about those things, and I would never not watch a DC or Marvel one just because I love that hype. I love getting going. But there's certain ones like when Us was coming out, we chose we're not going to watch that trailer. Onward, I saw the teaser in the theater, and I knew we wouldn't really be covering that much on the cast. It's some of my review, but it's not a huge movie, right? So I saw the teaser, and that didn't really do nothing for me. I didn't actually love the designs of the characters. It didn't. I don't know. There was something about it. I don't feel this way in the movie, but something about it on a look just didn't feel Pixar high level. I don't know. And then the teaser I saw didn't really do anything for me. I liked it, and I thought I knew that Pixar will deliver quality, but I liked it, but I wasn't knocking my socks, blowing my socks off. I wasn't raging to go see this, and we were gonna go see this in the theater eventually because we have my little daughter, and she's seen a few movies now, so we kind of limit them. But Pixar movies, she's quite a big fan of, so we were gonna go see this. But I was just like, oh yeah, Pixar, let's see what they got. And even when people had seen it in reviews, it's very well reviewed. You look at Rotten Tomato, critics wise, 87%, and other people, everyone says it's good, but no one's writing home about this movie. So I never watched the second trailer. I didn't really pay much attention onward because I went, I'm going to go see it at some point. This is a movie now, and obviously I probably couldn't have seen it because of the coronavirus, and maybe I should have been on it earlier. This is a movie I'll probably regret not seeing in the theaters because I loved this movie. This is a movie that I don't think I'll get into full spoilers here. I will. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I need to. I think if you're looking for a spoilers review, I'm sure it's out there. But I have a feeling that you could probably tell me how the story goes. Not specifically, there's certain scenes and moments, but I think you can look at it, maybe get an idea. But there's some really nice touches what they do with the characters. The biggest thing about this and why I think I love it is it reminds me a lot of Zootopia as far as the world building. Zootopia, the second that movie starts, you feel like you're in this world. It's real. It's breathable. You could touch it. Like sometimes people create worlds and either the rules are flunky, either it just doesn't mesh. It just doesn't feel real. There's that's the thing when Zootopia, right? It's a world full of animals that can talk, do jobs. That's a big world. Same thing in this. This is pretty much almost people say like if Bright was good, but even then, like if Lord of the Rings if you had Lord of the Rings magic in the day and age that we live in right now, that's very tough task to pull off. And I give that to any movie. So that's why sometimes it might be, oh, the world building's not good in this movie, but that is an amazing tough task to write an entire world that is completely new and foreign to us, right? So when you can knock that out of the park, you impress me and you get me in. And that's what I thought the first 15-10 minutes was. Maybe there'll be like mild spoilers, but nothing huge. The first 15 minutes was just that world building, was getting to know the characters, getting to know their lives, the situations where they lived, and that was all knock out of the park. The same thing Zootopia when it's like her first day being the sheriff and she's taking the bus, she's taking the train, all this stuff. You get to see it as a living, breathing world. So that had me locked right in because I love fantasy, love Lord of the Rings, love The Witcher recently. Right when I finished this movie, I was like, man, I want to play God of War and The Witcher back to back again, just because I love. horror and sci-fi. I don't even know horror, but I feel like horror at some point had this thing where it's like horror was either just so bad and schlocky or it was fantastic. And I think sci-fi the past few years has had that. It feels like you either get your Lord of the Rings or not sci-fi was a fantasy, sorry. Fantasy sci-fi, you know what I mean? But I feel like you either get your Lord of the Rings or you get The Hobbit. You know, you get a movie like this, and then you get Seventh Son. I feel like, or even Bright. That's a better example. I feel like movies in the fantasy genre have a really tough time of hitting home, and especially because you don't want to say this for the sake of film, but it's just and there's fantasy movies that I would like to make, whether it's IP or original ideas, but it's just one of those things when you look at Lord of the Rings, and I will even say Harry Potter. You look at those two franchises, and I guess Game of Thrones did do it, so you know, as I keep naming them off, but Game of Thrones rocky ending, but Lord of the Rings as far as just movies wise, Harry Potter you're telling this grandiose 7 arc, whatever, 7, 8 film arc. Lord of the Rings is 3 movies, and sometimes I just feel like people look at them and go, I got the perfect fantasy movies. I don't need anything more. And if you feel that way, you shouldn't. If you like Pixar, I think you like this. If you like fantasy, I think you would like this. If you even like the actors, I think you'd like this because they have a good chemistry. Yeah, it's just voice acting, but I liked Tom Holland in the role. I like Chris Pratt in the role, and it that's the biggest thing is the world building. There's some I think the plot is good as far as the plot is they're trying to bring their dad back. They have the spell, and there's tons of fun adventures. There's lots of brotherly bonding moments, lots of understanding each other as a older sibling and a younger sibling. And the ending, if you've seen the movie, the ending and especially Tom Holland's arc, it's been done before, but I really liked how they executed it, and I liked the ending of where we got to. So bravo there. I'm close with my dad, so I think that had a lot to do with it. As far as just even having a sibling, because I don't have a brother, but I have a sister, and seeing them grow up, seeing these situations, they did that really well. And like I said, the animation, I didn't have problems after. The humor hit for me most of the time. There's some action scenes, those all good, and that's the biggest thing with the world building. It's attached to that, but they're just so creative. And like I said, that is the world building. It's like, oh, with their watches, even when they look down, it's like elvish font, you know. But and there's certain things to do it. They have to get to a certain location. There's a quest involved, and I won't spoil much more of that. But even stuff they do with the car, they just it feels like they laid it out. And I do think the story is, other than you bring your dad back to life, some of the bonding and some of the arcs we've seen before, even in some Pixar movies. I could think you could almost find something similar to Brave, but it's the execution of it and it's the creativeness around the characters and the world, and it's one of these things that I cannot wait to watch again because I feel like you'd miss something. You'd look in the corner and be like, oh, look at that, or it's a spin on a store, or look at what they're doing this fictional character. So this is a movie, and sometimes maybe that just helps when you have low expectations, right? So this is a movie that I really enjoyed. I need to see again. I think I would give it. Hmm. I think I would give it probably like honestly like a 9 or 9.5. The reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because I need to watch it again. I don't know why I'm not giving it a 10, but to me, whenever I see a 10, I know it right away. Even a little ways back, I might know it and then go, oh, I don't know if I should give that a 10. Most 10s I've kind of stuck with. There's not been any ones that I think I've given out that I've kind of like, oh, I've walked it back. If it would be like a point 0.5 or something when I've said that in a review, but it to me isn't that 9.5. I'd have to see. I think that's maybe the only thing is the actual story is something we have. We I feel like when you see the movie and kind of as it goes along and what they're setting up with the dad and what they're setting up with the brothers, been there, done that. It's in a new setting, new characters, new world, so that's what I applaud. But the actual story, you've kind of seen it before. But yeah, a 9.5. That's why I'm kind of in the middle. I need to watch it again. But yeah, and it was a fun experience. Being at home, we turned the lights down. We made our own popcorn, unlimited popcorn here at the Snail household, free of charge. But it was great. My daughter seemed to really like it. Hopefully she said, at least yes, that she liked it in the opening there. But yeah, let me know what you thought. If you liked Onward, where would rank in your rankings? And here's the biggest praise I can give you, that I think it is top 10 Pixar. I did my list, and right now I have it at like I think 9 or 10. So it is lower 10 for me, but it's up there. That's pretty impressive. Pixar makes some great films. So I really enjoy it. This is a movie that I just know, kind of like Zootopia, I'm gonna watch a lot. Maybe it's not the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme of Pixar, but for me personally, it hit all the right notes, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, see this movie, whether it's gonna be on VOD, you could rent it, or it's coming to Disney Plus April 3rd. Do that. But really enjoyed it, loved this movie, and I was surprised because I just thought it was gonna be a Pixar movie that I quite like, but that was about it. Kind of like a Brave, kind of like a Ratatouille, where I like these a lot, but they're not in the top 10. I was quite surprised. So let me know what you thought if you've seen this movie.